Welcome to Continue Cooking with MonteCristo, live on Twitch and YouTube. On today's episode of Continue Cooking, we'll be making Okinawan Soba.
We are going to talk about soba really quickly, and this doesn't look like soba, and that is true. This is not a buckwheat noodle like you might consider soba. As I understand it, and I am sorry if I'm wrong about this, the definition of soba has been changing according to the official what is food, food classifications by the Japanese government. Okinawa soba is now considered a soba. The definition has expanded to yakisoba, which is also a stir-fried noodle that is not made with buckwheat. So now noodles, soba, can be officially recognized as either yakisoba style noodles, Okinawa style soba noodles, or traditional buckwheat style soba noodles. All right, what, you may ask, are our ingredients for the soup broth? This is a very simple broth. This is our pork stock from making the rafute. It is just water mixed with pork belly. There's some fat on the top of it. I'm gonna go ahead and skim some of that off, actually. I have a pot here because I am going to put 2 cups or half a liter of water within this pot. We are going to use some soy sauce, regular soy sauce, and kosher salt. Wow, that's it, guys. Oh, right, hold up. My katsuobushi, which we will make the dashi out of. This is instant Okinawan soba, okay? I got this in Okinawa. This is hard to get, okay? I cannot buy this as far as I can tell. You can find Okinawan soba on Amazon in America. One thing you can do, or if this is too much of a pain in the butt for you, is to instead acquire this, which is dried udon. I will show you a different kind of udon that is going to be too thick. So I don't like to use this. You could use this. I mean, let's be honest, it's noodle soup. You can use whatever you want, it's fine. So let us talk about the difference between these noodles, because these are a Japanese style noodle, and these are more of a Chinese style noodle. And they have egg in them, which is why you see this slight yellow. If you have a hard time getting the Okinawan soba noodles, I would recommend you get dried udon noodles, which you can find at an Asian grocery store. Pick one of these, use it. And this is called satsuma age. This is a kind of Japanese fish cake that you can find frozen.
Odeng.
It's called odeng in Korean, very similar. This is more of a topping, it's not necessary. Some might say it's necessary. I'm going to make the dashi. We will use the 15 grams or half an ounce of the katsuobushi. Where are my bowls? Like I said, this package was 50 grams. We are using 15 grams today. So we have our 15 grams here, and we're just gonna boil our water on a second burner. We are kind of going to steep the fish flakes as though they are tea. We are going to put them into the pot and simmer them for maybe just a few seconds, like 10 seconds. Maybe not at all, in fact. And then we are going to turn off the heat and let them sit in there and steep and give their umami fish goodness into the water. We will then strain them out, and that will be our katsuobushi dashi. I'm going to fill this pan. It's a shallow pan. You can cook noodles in this, don't worry. The reason why I'm doing it in a shallow stainless steel pan is that it has more surface area on the bottom, so the water will boil faster. And also, these are longer noodles, so it'll fit in here. But it's mostly just because we can do this with speed. Okay, I have never cooked these noodles before. It says 4 to 6 minutes. We will trust in God.
There we go.
That is true. I'm probably gonna do 4 minutes just because they're not fully dried. These are egg and wheat noodles. So I will, obviously I'll be tasting it as I go along, but I probably want this a little bit firmer. A lot of times in Korean or Japanese cooking with noodles, when you strain them, shock them in cold water immediately to stop the cooking process. You can leave it there, but we can also put them into an ice water bath just to keep the noodles all separated, as well as to prevent them from cooking further while we wait. We're gonna assemble the broth. We have our 2 cups in here of the katsuobushi dashi. I have 6 cups in total of the pork broth in here of pork broth, and we are going to be adding 2 teaspoons of soy sauce and a tablespoon of kosher salt, and that's going to be our soup base. And as soon as these noodles are done, I'm going to heat this up and dissolve all the salt. So wait for that. In the meantime, we need to move you don't have to look at this, but I'm just heating up the broth. While we wait, I will cut up some of these satsuma age, which is the frozen fish cakes. Make it nice and appealing. Cut them on a diagonal.
Fancy.
Okay. This is done enough to my liking now. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this out. I'm gonna run it under cold water again. So I am just going to cool these down, and then I'm gonna keep them in the colander and the sink. You will end up with more broth than you probably need for 2 bowls. More like 4+ bowls. But I will be using this to make udon for my kid tonight. Is what I'm gonna be doing.
It's very yummy. Okay, guys. Well, thanks for joining us today.
Bye.